The air hung heavy and thick on Dagobah, a green shroud woven from ancient humidity and the silent, watchful wisdom of an age gone by. Here, amidst the gnarled roots and the swirling mist, lived a being whose immense lifespan spanned eras, whose small form contained a universe of memory. For 2 long decades, the only companions were the sounds of the swamp, the distant hum of life, and the ghosts of 1,000 shattered dreams. But even here, in the deepest reaches of self-imposed exile, where loneliness could easily consume, there was no surrender. There was no giving up. There was only the patient, unwavering flicker of an unbroken hope. This being, with eyes that had seen 9 centuries unfold, had once stood at the very heart of the Jedi Order's golden age. Imagine, if you will, a galaxy bathed in relative peace, guided by the luminous wisdom of 10,000 Jedi Knights, guardians of justice, keepers of the living force. He was not just a part of it, he was a pillar. His insights shaped generations. His voice resonated with the very essence of the light side, his presence a comforting constant in an ever-expanding cosmos. He watched younglings grow into Padawans, then into knights, then into masters, contributing to a tapestry of peace and understanding that seemed to many immutable. It was an era of profound knowledge, of quiet contemplation, of strength drawn from unity. Then the shadows began to lengthen, slowly at first, a whisper of discord, a hint of unease. The Clone Wars erupted, a galaxy-spanning conflict that, even in victory, gnawed at the heart of the Republic. And then the unimaginable, the sudden, brutal, complete and utter destruction of everything he had helped build, everything he believed in. Order 66, the betrayal, the slaughter, the dark shroud of the Empire falling swift and mercilessly over the stars. To witness the annihilation of one's life's work, the betrayal of one's closest companions, the decimation of an entire order, must have been a soul-crushing burden. He felt the echo of every lost life, the agony of every fallen Jedi, the suffocating grip of the dark side as it consumed the galaxy. For a being so deeply attuned to the Force, this was not merely an intellectual understanding of loss. It was a visceral, personal wound that resonated through every fiber of his ancient being. He retreated, not in defeat, but in preservation, to Dagobah, a world shrouded in the Force, a place where the dark side held no sway, where he could hide, reflect, and most importantly, endure. The solitude was immense, a constant echo of what was lost. Every sunrise brought the weight of another day without the Jedi. Every evening, the long shadow of the Empire's dominance. It would have been so easy to succumb to despair, to simply let the Force reclaim him, to join the thousands who had fallen. But that was not his way. His 900 years were not merely a tally of time, but a testament to an unwavering belief in the inherent resilience of the light. Even in the deepest despair, a slim, desperate hope persisted, a conviction that balance, though shattered, could be restored, that the Force, in its infinite wisdom, would find a way. He held on to the ancient prophecies, to the faint glimmer of a new hope, 2 young, innocent lives hidden from the Emperor's gaze. For 2 decades he waited, he meditated, he listened to the whispers of the living Force, watching for the moment. And then a starship crashed, a young man emerged, and the future of the galaxy, the fate of all he had ever held dear, suddenly rested on the shoulders of one boy, Luke Skywalker. An unlikely hero, impatient, impulsive, filled with the raw energy of youth. To this being, Luke was not just a student, he was the last chance, the vessel for everything that remained of the Jedi legacy. He poured all his remaining strength, all his accumulated wisdom, all the lessons of 9 centuries into this one individual. The training was unconventional, challenging, often frustrating. It wasn't about mastering a lightsaber, it was about mastering oneself. It was about understanding the Force not as a tool, but as a living energy that binds all things. It was about fear, confronting anger, embracing patience, and learning to trust intuition over sight. Size matters not, he would say, his voice ancient and wise. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? These were not just lessons for Luke. They were echoes of the very principles that had sustained him through millennia. He guided Luke through trials, both physical and spiritual, pushing him to confront his own darkness, to understand the true nature of the light. He taught Luke that the greatest weapon was not a blade, but peace, not power, but self-control. He instilled in him the understanding that to be a Jedi was not about fighting battles, but about protecting life, upholding justice, and maintaining the delicate balance of the Force. And then, his task complete, his wisdom passed on, he let go, not in defeat, but in triumph. He had seen the seeds of a new beginning take root. He had trusted that one person, properly guided, could indeed change the fate of the galaxy. His departure from the physical world was not an end, but a final, powerful testament to his unwavering faith in the Force and in the enduring power of hope. His entire 900-year life was a magnificent, unparalleled journey. It was a life lived through the glorious zenith of light, endured through the terrifying chasm of darkness, and ultimately dedicated to the resurgence of balance. He never gave up. He never let the impossible odds extinguish the spark within. He showed us that resilience isn't just about surviving. It's about holding on to a vision, nourishing a belief, and investing everything you have in the possibility of a better tomorrow. His legacy isn't just the Jedi Order he helped to rebuild, but the profound lesson that even when all seems lost, even when the darkness feels absolute, hope is not a foolish dream. It is the most powerful force in the galaxy, a beacon that, when tended with care and wisdom, will always, always find a way to shine through. What are your thoughts on this incredible journey of perseverance? How has a single spark of hope changed something profound in your own life? Share your reflections in the comments below. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing or following for more tales of resilience and hope. Thank you for listening.